In this video, we're going to take a look at comparison operators and then how we can use the in and not in a where clause in order to filter our data. We're going to start again with our base table that we've been using for the most part for our queries here. This is going to be the DBO employees. If I go ahead and run this, it's going to give me that base. If I decide that I want to try to code something and only retrieve those particular employees that live in the city of London, I can use a where clause to add a condition, to add a filter condition. I'm going to specify that the field that I want to filter on is going to be equal to London. With my filter conditions and using the comparison operators, I can use an equal, I can use a greater than or equal to, a less than or equal to, or a not equal. In this case, I'm using an equal. When I run this, I can see that I'm returning only those particular employees that are living in London at this point in time. Now, if I decide that I want to go ahead and I want to select anybody that reports to somebody that is greater than 2, I can do that as well. I can do the reports to. We know that this is an integer value. I would just change this to greater than 2, and I'm going to only return those people that have a value that are associated that's reporting to somebody that's greater than 2. Now, if I do something where it's greater than or equal to 2, I should pick up those that are also 2. I should pretty much get everybody except for the one record that has the null. I can use these types of comparison. Now, if I also have somebody that I want to look for anybody that is in the city of Seattle or Kirkland or Redmond, I can do that using an in statement. I can say city is in Seattle, comma, Kirkland, comma, Redmond. This is pretty much a comma-separated list within parentheses that I use with my in statement. When I run this, it's only going to be returning those particular values to me. Now, if I want to go ahead and invert this, I can say not in, and it's going to then, of course, return me everybody that is not in that particular list that we have specified there. If we go over to our SQL developer environment, we can also start by looking at our customer. We've been looking at that sh.customer. Select from our sh.customers. You can see that we have different values. Now, if I am looking at something here and there's a customer credit limit value that is some type of a numeric value, I can go ahead and I can use some of my comparison operators. Maybe where my cost credit limit is greater than or equal to maybe 9,000. It's going to eliminate some records, but not every record. Where it's equal to 9,000 or greater, then we're going to return those records. And then if I scroll over and look, sure enough, that's what I see here. So only those records that are greater than that. Now, maybe I just want to return only the people that were born after a certain year. So I have my cust year of birth. And if it's going to be greater than maybe 1963, I can limit my list and look at those people that were born after 1963. Now, if I was interested in a certain number of years, so maybe in this case I could say something like 19 1963 or 1981 or maybe 1986. If I run this, it's going to return me those particular individuals that were born in that particular group of years. So I can filter it using certain values using the in clause. Now, if I want to invert that, I can always do not in, and it's going to return to me everybody who was born not in those years. We can see those records being returned. This is pretty powerful if I decide that I want to just go ahead and look for somebody where their first name is equal to IDET. I can do this as well. Now in the next video, we're going to be looking at how we can go ahead and add additional clauses so we can use multiple conditions, and that's going to be when we get into our logical operators.